Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Cliff Freeman, and in today's video, I'm going to help you understand why your staff actually makes the difference. Let's go. All right, here we go. So today's video is entitled The Hidden Engine: Why Staff Determines the Success of Any Team. You all have probably heard it said that I think it's the chain, the chain, the weakest link determines how strong the chain is. I probably butchered that quote, but I think many of you know what I'm talking about. Well, here's the thing that we must understand that the strength of your organization doesn't come from the leadership. It doesn't come from the top down. It really comes from the bottom up because your people will determine how great your staff is. I can't tell you how many times I've been on a staff and been a part of an organization where if the people are not taken care of, the business does not go well. Okay. If the people aren't taken care of, the business doesn't go well. In the military, when I served in the military, and one of the things I learned was if you take care of soldiers, the soldiers will take care of you. Well, that same thing goes true for your business or for your organization. It doesn't matter if it's a church, if it's a nonprofit, if it's a for profit, if it's a Fortune 500, Fortune 100, Fortune 50 company, okay, your staff will determine your level of success. So I'm going to give you something. I want to give you something, a couple things today, three things today to help you out. All right, why staff determines the success of any team. Really, ladies and gentlemen, your staff is the hidden engine. It's the hidden engine. It's like not the main engine, but it's the hidden engine that really, really drives what's going on. Okay, here we go. Number one, teaching point number one. Are you ready? Here we go. Staff create the foundation that leaders and members stand on. Your staff will create the foundation that the leaders and the members will stand on. If your staff is excited, if your staff is happy, if the culture of your staff is exciting, then your clients, your customers, your managers, your leaders, everything will flow properly. People are going to stand on what's good. People don't want to stand on what's bad, right? You don't want to go to a business, you don't want to go to a hotel where it's supposed to be a five hotel, but they treat you with one-star service. Okay. You don't want a five-star hotel to treat you with one-star service. All right. So your staff will create the foundation that leaders and members stand on. That's teaching point number one. We go teaching point number two. Operational gaps always show up publicly, even if they start out privately. You can only hide something for so long. Okay. So you can do it, it might be a gap, but it's going to eventually show up publicly. If you've ever seen a model or ever seen someone that's focusing on something, um, maybe they're modeling clothing. A lot of times, I remember when I was doing a photo shoot one time, and the photo, when I saw the photo, it looked fantastic. All right, it looked fantastic. I was in my military uniform. I was in my green U.S. Army military uniform, and I had all my ribbons, and everything was there, and everything was wonderful. And when I saw the picture, it was fantastic. It was great. But then I realized, I said, man, nobody knows what's behind me. Nobody knows the double-sided tape that's on the inside of my jacket. Nobody knows all of the tricks and the things. Listen, it didn't come out publicly, but I knew it. The same type of thing can happen at your organization. It may be something private, it may be something tucked in or tucked under the rug. Eventually, what's going to happen? That lump is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will show up publicly. So if there are gaps in how you operate, you can only hide it for so long. Okay. If there are gaps in the way that you operate, you can only hide it for so long, but they will eventually show up publicly. Does that make sense? All right. Okay. Here we go. Number three. So, number one, your staff creates the foundation that everybody else is going to stand on. Number two, operational gaps will show up publicly, even if they start out privately. All right. Number three, the final teaching point of the day. Healthy teams win. Watch it. Healthy teams win because staff keep the system running. Watch this with excellence. The team is going to win because the support staff is going to keep things running with excellence. There are some people that you never ever see, but if they stop doing what they're doing, your organization will crumble. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? The people at the housekeeping folks at a hotel. Went to a hotel one time, and the front desk folks were great. The concierge was great. The people helping with the luggage were great. The people, the valet were great. When I get to my room was trash. The room looked great. Furniture was working. The remote was working. The TV was on, but it wasn't clean. It wasn't clean because the housekeeping staff maybe didn't do a good job, a great as a job on that particular room. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but what I want to show you is this. All of the window dressing can be great, but because of the housekeeping issue, I had a bad experience. I didn't have the experience that I thought I was going to have. So my experience wasn't as great. Well, guess what happened? Because of that, I decided not to go back to that hotel anymore. I decided not the hotel chain, but that particular hotel. That next time I was in that city, I wasn't going to that hotel. I wasn't going to that location. Does that make sense? So the support staff, if that support staff is not healthy, if they don't feel valued, if they don't feel like they're a part of the team, if they don't feel like they matter, people want to be seen and people want to be valued, ladies and gentlemen. If you're the CEO, or if you're a decision maker, if you're the general manager, you're the mid-level manager, whoever you are, if you're a leader, the people on your team want to be seen, but they also want to be valued. They want to know that you appreciate what they do, that you understand what they do. It's important for you as the leader to get in their shoes sometimes, to go where they go, to do what they do, to serve the customer like you so, or like they serve the customer. One of the greatest things I've ever seen was the TV show Undercover Boss. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. In the U.S., I'm here in the U.S. In the U.S., there was a TV show called Undercover Boss. I don't know if it still comes on or not, where the boss, him or herself, would dress up. You know, they put on costume and face and makeup and costume, all the stuff, and they would go and work where their employees work, and they would see things how their employees see them, but nobody would know that they were the boss. Thus, Undercover Boss. But what it did was it caused, I remember saying there's a recap at the end of the show where the boss actually shows video from what his experience was and some of the people he met and whatnot. Yeah, now there's two things that happens. Number one, he met the people that were disgruntled and upset and mad. And then he also met the people that were excited about what they do, that shared their why they do what they do. Ladies and gentlemen, if your team is healthy, if your team, healthy teams win because the staff does things in excellence. It's not that they just do things, but they do things with a spirit of excellence. All right. It's very, very important that you allow your team to do that. Your support staff is the hidden engine. Okay. They are the hidden engine on why your staff determines the success of your team. The support staff will determine the success of your team. If you like football, if you like baseball, if you like basketball, everybody knows LeBron James. Everybody knows Kobe Bryant. Everybody knew Michael Jordan, right? Well, nobody knew the trainer. Not the trainer that specifically trained them, but nobody knew the trainer that taped their ankles before every game. Nobody knew the person that drove the bus. Nobody knew the airline pilot. Nobody, that's all support staff. If they don't do what they do, the team won't win. The team won't even make it to the game. The players won't even do what they need to do. Your support staff is what really matters and what really counts. Your team will be successful or your team will plummet based on your support staff. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's today's video. I hope you found value in that. And so I look forward to seeing you on our next video. And remember, I'm Dr. Cliff Freeman from drcliffreeman.com. You can follow us and subscribe for more. And hey, if this has spoken to you, I want you to go to the website. Comment below. I want you to go to the website, drcliffreeman.com. Set up a discovery call. See how we can bring this kind of teaching, this kind of speaking, and more to your personal life or your team of your organization. All right. Remember this: teamwork, not talent. It's trust. Talk to you soon.